Hey kids, it's Pastor Travis. This is Tuesday's Thoughts.
How are you doing today? I hope you're doing awesome. I am doing pretty good myself.
Have any of you guys ever done anything wrong? What am I saying? Of course you have. Everybody's done something wrong.
Whether you intended to or not, whether it was on purpose or accident, everybody's kind of made a mistake and done something wrong.
How do you know it was wrong? You probably know it was wrong because somebody told you, your parents, your teacher,
your pastor, your friend, your aunt, your uncle, your grandparent,
somebody told you at some point in your life that thing was wrong. Even inside of us, sometimes when we do something wrong, we know that it's not a good idea. We know it's not something right to do. And that's God inside of us, the Holy Spirit, telling us, hey, not a good idea, don't do that. That type of thing. Well, you guys know that there's laws, right? Like if it's 35 miles an hour, you're not supposed to go 80 miles an hour when you're driving.
Actually, all you kids probably shouldn't be driving because I don't know if you guys are over 16 or not. Probably don't have a driver's license. So get out of the car and get back to your room.
But there's all other kinds of laws, you know? Don't steal something from somebody. Don't kill somebody. They help people to know what's right and wrong. And these laws, actually, they started out as rules from God. Things of what not to do. Things of how to avoid sinning. How to avoid doing the bad things. There was this man named Moses.
Some of you guys may be familiar with Moses. Moses was the man that God picked to lead his people out of Egypt. They were slaves in Egypt. They were doing all the stuff that they shouldn't have to be doing. It had been a few months since they had left Egypt, and they were near this place called Mount Sinai. God wanted to give Moses some kind of guidelines, some rules, so that they would avoid sinning, avoid doing bad things.
So Moses would usually go up to the top of Mount Sinai where he would talk to God. So this day, he walked up the mountain. Little known fact, Moses was part ninja. Okay, that's not really a fact. When Moses was at the top of the hill, God spoke to him and he gave him some rules. He gave him something that we call the 10 Commandments. Moses came back down off the mountain and he presented these tablets that had the commandments written on them to all the people.
The Lord gave me some rules for you guys, so listen up.
Now, some of you guys may have heard of them. Do not murder someone.
Hey, man, that's a stupid haircut.
Hey, don't insult my hair.
Don't take something that doesn't belong to you.
Ooh, $1 million.
Thank you. Don't lie.
Hey, where were you yesterday?
Oh, yeah, you know what? My uncle's cousin's brother's sister broke her foot, and so I had to take her to the hospital because nobody else could drive. Don't have an idol.
Don't stop believing.
Don't worship anything that's not God as it's equal to God or greater than God.
Oh, great vacuumist. Use this as an offering and cleanse my home.
Don't have any other gods before the one only true God.
It's still dirty.
Honor your mother and father.
Luke, did you take the trash out like I asked you?
I don't want to.
Luke, I am your father. You will do what I say. Now take out the trash.
Don't try to take somebody else's husband or wife to be your own.
Hey, good looking. Let's say you and I get together.
Oh, look at whatever! I'm married! Weirdo! Creepo! Back off! Hello, police! Police!
I encourage you guys to go ahead and open your book to Exodus, which is the second book in the Holy Bible. It goes Genesis, Exodus, and then it goes all through. But Exodus, chapter 20, and read all the 10 Commandments and discuss them with your parents. And if you have questions, send them over to me, and I'll help you guys out. I'll do the best I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll pray, and together, the Holy Spirit will give us the answer from God. Obviously, there's many more commandments than just those that you guys saw. It's important for us to remember to follow those.
God has given me these rules for you. I want you to read them, and pay attention, and follow these rules. Yes.
Yeah, but what if somebody has something really nice and you don't have something really nice? Can you take it from them?
No, you can't.
Well, now what if somebody's really mean to you? Can you kill him?
No.
Now, suppose there's something that I like, and it's about as much as I like God. Is that wrong?
Did you guys even read these?
Hey, where are they?
What are you doing here?
I'm Batman.
There's got to be a better way for people to understand these and what they mean.
Moses may not have said that, but he definitely was on to the right idea.
Years and years later, there was this man, I don't know if you've heard of him, his name is Jesus, the Son of God.
Well, see, Jesus knew exactly what it was about all those 10 Commandments, an easy way for somebody to remember those without having to remember.
Don't kill, don't steal, don't take this, don't do that.
Because it's not just about what not to do. In fact, the 10 Commandments are more about what we should do. And Jesus knew this. There was a man who came up to Jesus and he tried to catch him and see if Jesus would say if one of the 10 Commandments was more important than the other. Then he could say,
Those are all supposed to be equal, so this man is not really who he says he is.
he was somebody who followed the law exactly, but he didn't know anything about this other word I'm going to say that starts with an L. Let's go and let's look at this together in Matthew chapter 22, verse 36 through 40. The Pharisee asked, Teacher, which command in the law is the most important? Jesus answered, Love the Lord your God with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your heart. This is the first and most important command. And the second command is like the first. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. All the law and the writings of the prophets depend on these two commands. See, Jesus just said what Moses, well, the pretend Moses, said would be easier for people to understand than those 10 commandments, because it not deals with just law, but it deals with love. See, it's not about what we're not supposed to do. It's really about what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to love the Lord our God with all our soul, with all our mind, with all our heart, with everything we have. We love God. If we do that, then we follow those 10 commandments because we're obedient to Him. We don't put anything before God. We put God before anything. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't want my neighbor stealing from me. I don't want my neighbor taking my wife to be their wife. I don't want my neighbor lying about me. So if I don't want those things, then I wouldn't do that to them. So I would love my neighbor as I love myself. I don't want those bad things to happen to me, so I don't do those bad things. So Jesus says it right there. He sums it up and he says, love the Lord your God, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do everything you can. Give everything to God and love everybody. Treat them better than you would treat yourself. By doing those, we follow those 10 commandments. So it's not about a checklist going, okay, I didn't do that, okay, didn't do that, didn't do that, do that. No, it's not about what you don't do. It's about what you do.
Don't laugh because I said do-do.
It's about what we actually do. We love God with everything that we have, and we love others more than we love ourselves. By doing that, we're following what God says for us to do. Now, are we going to make mistakes? Probably. But that's where God's grace comes in. Because of His Son Jesus, we have grace. Now, if you're intentionally doing it wrong, you might have to deal with God about that. If you really are loving the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your spirit, with all your soul, everything, and loving your neighbor as you love yourself, and you accidentally make a mistake, I know God's grace covers that. All right, kids, that's all I have for you this week. Have an awesome, fantastic week.
Don't forget to email me any questions you have or if you have any ideas for a video you'd like to see in the future to PastorTravisM@gmail.com. Remember, share, like, and comment on the 50th episode in order to win the cool Pastor Travis Thursday Thoughts t-shirt.
I will see you next week. Love you all. God bless.